Hi viewers, back again, having a quick squeeze around the small greenhouse because there's quite a few Draculas coming into bud, flower spikes. The shading went on yesterday because the temperatures have been getting ridiculous, and this one is Velutina with one, that's not a flower spike, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that looks as though there's another one trying to come through, so possibly 6, and another one back there, so 7 spikes if they all make it. This one is Dracula Hertzii. He's got a spike down here waiting to go, but he's also, maybe not. Maybe not. I thought he had another one up there, but he hasn't. This one, I have a feeling, yeah, Fulgifera. Fulgifera has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 flower spikes. If nobody aborts and I manage to keep them hydrated, that will be nice. And there goes, yet again, Mr. Prince Charming likes falling off his perch. Now, none of these babies, I don't think, have got any. Oh, your Chimera, you're a new one. None of those has. And we've got a couple along here. Vampira has one, and I think this is Robaldorum. Yes, it is, has one. I'm trying to get to the other side because over here we have another Masdevallias Chimera, which looked as though it had a spike, but it's a root, so not. What we do have there is the one you've already seen the picture of, which is Orientalis, but he has 4 more flower spikes to come. This one is a hybrid Dracula Raven, black as the ace of spades, hence the name. It's got a new spike coming there. It's flowered 3 times off of that spike. I don't think, does it look as though anything, yeah, it looks as though something's coming, so he might flower again. My Sacias, or this Sacia, has a single flower spike. The size of the plant and the condition it's in, it should have way more. When I spoke to Trey Sanders about it, he said put it in more light. So, hung it up in the roof. You don't get more light than that, do you? Over the back here, we have my huge Coriaceae. Look at that nice slug there. He needs repotting. He's only put up 5 flower spikes this year. He put 13 up the year before. So I need to do something about him. These are the Brian Charles, which is Masdevallias crossed with, not Masdevallias, it's Sacia, Masdevallias Sacia, which is where you get the hanging habit from. But it won't grow upwards, it just hangs over. So I upended a pot, cut the bottom out, and started growing it this way, and it likes it. Flowers regularly each year, and this is the second one. Bit early for them to put up spikes yet. I can't remember the other one, whether it's Coccinia or whether it's Fraser-eye, I'm not sure. But Vampire, oh, they're all going. There's Lots of flowers down here. Some nice colour over in that corner with Prince Charming. Ignea's buds aren't open. Tridens is still open. Kimbelliana is flowering. Its little socks off, but in dire need of a repot. I should have repotted it last season and didn't. So he needs some loving care, which I didn't give him. Here we have the absolutely stunning Willisii. Down here, complete with dog hair, is Venusta. Oh, and here it's a beautiful hybrid with no name, and it's a cross between Triangularis and Gwendolyn. Nice cross, very nice cross. Barbarossa, turn around where you're meant to be. There. Oh, and this is another favourite of mine, an orange one. See if we can get you in the picture. There you go. Monsommier, one of the Eric Young Orchid Foundation crosses. Some little rat has eaten the end of that flower. Swines. And here is a very nice hybrid. This is supposed to be Mary Stahl. It was yellower to start with. It's now lovely lemon and white. I wanted a pure yellow, but apparently you'll find it very difficult to keep it yellow, I was told Saturday at the show. This one is Kimbelliana crossed with three-way cross. Gone out of my head as well. I'll put a pop-up on it. First time I flowered it. It's a beautiful colour, beautiful, beautiful yellow, lemon. I'll get out of the way of there. I can't see what the flower's doing. There, look at the veining in there and the deep yellow in the throat. Not good that it turns its tails back and crosses its legs, but I think it's a beautiful colour. And as I said, it's the first time flowering, and I've had it a few years, so it might be happy at long last. But that, it's beautiful. Monsommier. I've got another one of theirs, which is also a gorgeous colour. A very dry Masdevallias Anthena as well. Everything's a bit dry. I need to get on with some work here. Here we have Carol Tarlow open. Stripes, beautiful candy stripe, reminds me of a stick of rock, but gorgeous, gorgeous. And there is Patricia Hill. This one is another favourite of mine, Anna Chai. It is simply gorgeous. Love the way the flowers recurve. Look at it, beautiful. What are these ones? Oh, this is another Veitchiana flower opening. That's another Veitchiana flower opening. Down there is an Angulata, which has still got 5 of its flowers on. Here, with a torn flower, which I have to confess to doing myself, is Masdevallia line Timony. But desperate need of watering out here. So I must get on with that. And I've made a new bar to hang the Draculas on, and I've got another one to put up this side. Cuspitsonias are still flowering. Still too many plants in this greenhouse. But the staggering and the shelves help. So, shouldn't buy so many plants really, should we? But me stopping buying plants just is not going to happen. Look at that view. I love it. So I'm going to get on with flowering. I'll come back later. Hi everybody. Just a quick video because yesterday I had an order arrive from Germany for my plants that somebody was due to pick up for me in France a week ago last Sunday. There was a 4-day show on in France, which they closed down, and my friends weren't able to go. They went ahead with the show to start with, but closed it on the Saturday. My friends couldn't go because of warnings that they'd had age-wise, shouldn't be doing it. And the place where they were staying rang them and said they didn't know what was happening, and they couldn't guarantee when they got there that there would be accommodation. So they made the decision to pull out, which left me with being not able to pick up the plants that Ecuagenera had brought over, and it was one of the last orders I was going to do, and some nice ones I wanted to get hold of, because obviously after December we don't know when we're going to get hold of anything like this again. So briefly, I'm just going to show you what we've got. No flowers, but a couple of things I'm quite excited about. One which is, where is it? I've lost it. Oh, this one, Harlequina it's called. Wasn't cheap. It was the most expensive one well, it was the most expensive one I bought. Nice condition though, and if you look it up you'll see why. It's not a big plant, it's not going to be giant, but if it survives, it's going to be a stunner. It is going to be a stunner. The flowers are glorious. So we shall see. I'll put a pop-up if I can download a picture. I'll put a pop-up of this one because I think it's going to be quite exciting to wait for. That one is a new confetti because of what my other one's doing, and I don't want to not have one. That one's a bit dry actually. Which one's that? That's a Dracula. I'll sort of spray these in a minute. This is the one I'm really excited about as well. Sertula. I'm afraid it's another one of mine that I like, of the ones like Tridens and God, the names of the others escape me, but the ones with the multiple flowers. Over Avis is another one. Tridens, and one begins with E. Can't remember that one now, but I really, really love them. And I'll try and see if I can do this, download the picture of this, because that's what prompted me to buy it, and I'm so pleased with the condition the plant is in. And considering they should have been back in England on the Monday, which would have been the 16th, and I got hold of them yesterday, which was what, the 19th. They shipped them to France. I'd emailed them, contacted Ecuagenera. I'd emailed them, they answered me and said they would ship them. They closed the show down early. They closed it down on the Saturday, so everybody had to leave. Their plants were late arriving as well, but all of the plants went to Germany because that's how they bring them in. And they have a source there, contacts there that sends plants, and they posted my plants on Tuesday for DHL to bring, and I had them yesterday, Thursday. I am impressed. There were 3 casualties, dead as dodos, because obviously they've been travelling a long time, and it often happens, and they always replace the plants. So I'm glad that the ones I've got survived. There's a couple of new Draculas, but I'm particularly excited about Sertula and Harlequina. I managed to get hold of Cloesii, which I liked when I saw Mix one, and another one that I haven't got. I've got Masdevallias Anthena, but I wanted Masdevallias Anthena Largo. Tiny one. Tiny, tiny one, but looks all right. So hopefully it will survive. And the Cloacei, as you know, is quite a small plant. Don't know if this is going to make it, but we shall see. We shall see what we have to do. What is this one? Oh, Posoi. Posoi. This is another one of my multiple flower heads, because I love them. Posoi is another yellow one, I think. Had it before, but killed it for some obscure reason. Don't know why. Because they tend to grow quite well for me. But this one looks happy. We do need to persuade the roots to grow a little bit better, but I've potted them up, potted them all in moss. So we just wait and see what happens. This one has suffered. It's Dendrobium pentapteron crossed with Dendrobium vexillarius red. Not so sure this is going to survive, but that plant is halved in size now. I've taken the dead bits off. I think the rest of it will go downhill because this was one of the casualties. But they will replace that plant. What's this one? Oh, Umele. This doesn't look particularly good, but I cut some yellow black edged leaves off. That's a very interesting flower as well. And, sorry about that, kicked it. Where's the Draculas? What have we got? Dracula Circe we've got. And, oh, this one. Dracula Ophioceps. And the other one is this one. Morley. That's the second one of those. Because I liked it so much and I've only got one and I don't want to lose it, so I got two. Because I can. But all quite exciting what was going to happen. I don't think it'll be very nice when we can't get hold of these plants. And besides that, I haven't got enough room for any more. I keep saying it. I've got to have a major cull out there in the cool house at the moment. They're in the intermediate house. But I've got to have a major cull out there. And the struggling plants have got to be got rid of. Plants that haven't picked up, despite lots of TLC, will go. Not sure which ones are going to be yet, but that's my trouble. I've just split a Machu Picchu, and I love Machu Picchu, and it's had the best flowering it's ever had this year. It's had about 12 flowers on it, more or less all at the same time. It's never done that before. Quite a big plant, and when I split it, it fell apart basically into three, so I've now got 3 Machu Picchus. A couple of others happened like that. I ended up with 2, sometimes 3. I'll hold on to them because obviously I want to make sure they all take. I don't like selling them straight away because that's not fair on other people. I wouldn't like people doing it to me. So I won't do it, but I'll hold on to them through the summer and then they'll be ready to go, because I don't need 2 or 3 of the same. My particular favourites I always make sure I've got 2 of, but I don't need 2 or 3 of the same that I've been flowering for quite a while and know they're okay. So they'll be going as well, to make room for hopefully these if they survive. And I'm just hoping they'll be able to get me the replacement plants. Then I'll have a look and see if there's anything else that takes my fancy. But to get it here in all of this chaos, I thought for 2 days was really, really good. So I'm going to put this on the end of the Dracula movie, so you'll be able to see what there is going to be to come in the not too distant future. And I guess we'll be spending a lot of time in greenhouses. There'll be a lot of videos being made because we're all confined to barracks. Well, we're not, but I think self-isolating is the way to go. Social distancing is the posh word, isn't it? And as long as I can take my dogs out first thing in the morning, and you're surprised at the number of people that there aren't around down by the shore, as long as I can see the sea every day. And I've got the greenhouse, and we're lucky my husband works from home, so we have our little cocoon with the boys and my green babies out here, so we'll make the most of it. I hope none of you suffers any hardships in this jobs or anything else that way inclined. I mean, I'm retired, so my time is my own, and it's tough. My children are both got jobs with my grandchildren, and my daughter and her husband are teachers, so they will be needed. My daughter does private tuition now, and there won't be much of that around. She's also, you know, cross-trained and is a social media manager, so that she could work more with the children at home. But a lot of that work's gone now, so like everybody, they'll be having to be careful. And my grandson is most disappointed that the sport has finished. He can't play sport anymore, and he may not get his holiday to France this year, and he loves France. They go camping in France, but they haven't put up with them. They don't understand it. They just don't understand what's going on, and you can't expect them to, because it is a bit crazy. But we will survive, and so long as we're careful, nothing silly will happen. That's my view on it anyway. So take care, stay safe, and I guess I'll be making a few more videos, because now things are really waking up, and I'll have some clearing up to do. I've got lots of repotting to do. Neos want repotting. They'll soon, well, they have started growing some of them. I've even got a couple of flower spikes, so which is a bit early, but not to worry, we can do early, we can do flower spikes. We like flowers. So take care, stay safe, see you next time. Bye bye.